Hello, this is Pastor French bidding you welcome to another segment of Daily Bread. I want to continue to talk about religion and its progression throughout the generations of time. To understand, we need only to look at the house of Israel to see how men change from what they should be into what they should not. When Jehovah began to seek out a people to call by his name, he started by visiting them. First, it was Abraham that he came and spoke to personally, and by many signs Abraham was convinced of the true way. There was Moses, who by the will of God led Israel out of Egypt by miraculous events. It goes on and on. And then the prophets, who not only spoke for Jehovah, but performed mighty miracles in his name. Sadly, instead of listening to the prophets, they rebelled and even slew most of them, not wanting to hear the voice of the Lord anymore. Instead of adhering to the word of the Lord given by the prophets and embracing it, they turned instead to ritual sacrifice and tradition, which were poor substitutes. They denied the power and turned to the rituals, believing that was all that was necessary for favor with Jehovah. They became self-righteous and pious, but forgot justice, mercy, the poor, and so forth, and doing so lost favor with the Lord. It got so bad that Isaiah recorded in the first chapter of his book the rebuke of Jehovah because of what they were doing. This is a portion of that chapter, but I recommend that you read it all for yourself. Verses 2 through 4 read as follows. Hear, heavens, and listen, earth, for Yahweh has spoken. I reared children, and I brought them up, but they rebelled against me. An ox knows its owner, and a donkey the manger of its master. Israel does not know, my people do not understand. Ah, sinful nation, a people heavy with iniquity, offspring of evildoers, children who deal corruptly. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have despised the Holy One of Israel. They are estranged and gone backward. Verses 10 through 15 read as follows. Hear the word of Yahweh, rulers of Sodom. Listen to the teaching of our God, people of Gomorrah. What is the abundance of your sacrifices to me, says Yahweh? I've had enough of burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fattened animals, and I do not delight in the blood of bulls and ram lambs and goats. When you come to appear before me, who asked for this from you or from your hand? You're trampling my courts. You must not continue to bring offerings of futility, incense. It is an abomination to me, new moon and Sabbath, the calling of a convocation. I cannot endure iniquity with solemn assembly. Your new moons and your appointed festivals my soul hates. They have become to me like a burden. I'm not able to bear them. And when you stretch out your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Even though you make many prayers, I will not be listening. Your hands are full of blood. Note, they were keeping all of the religious days and sacrifices, but it was of no value because they had become righteous in themselves and had forgotten the truth. You can be religious and keep all the holy days, holidays, and so forth, and miss the truth altogether. They still prayed, but to no avail, because Yahweh did not hear them. He had turned away from them. This condition became worse from generation to generation. It was so bad that when Jesus came on the scene, they didn't recognize him as who he was. The most powerful sect of the Jews at that time was the Pharisees, who epitomized self-righteousness. They constantly tried to destroy Jesus and finally did so by crucifying him. They had a great outward appearance and prayed long prayers to be seen of men. Jesus said this of them, Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you are like whitewashed tombs, which on the outside appear beautiful, but on the inside are full of the bones of the dead and everything unclean. That's Matthew 23:27. We have to have more than an outward appearance. The new life in Jesus is not with ritual and ceremony or an outward appearance, but rather what is on the inside. Let's make every effort to be what the Lord asks us to be in word and in deed. Thanks for watching. And remember, until next time, give love, give life, and give Jesus.